Hey, hi all, welcome back to Azure Space. Hope you all are doing good. So in this video, we'll discuss how to read JSON files and load them into a data frame. In the last video, we talked about CSV. It will be a similar format, whatever libraries we use or the options or the methods with minor differences. So I have a JSON file with me. I will share this in the comment section if you want. But this JSON file looks something like this. So in the first view, it's not that readable. So what we can do is that we can just go to the plugin section. Into the plugins admin, you can just install this JSON viewer. For me, it is not showing because it's already installed for me. So what you can do, you can just find for JSON viewer and you can just install it. You need to restart your notebook once. Now, once it is installed, you would see this JSON viewer in here. Come to this format JSON part and format this. Now, the only difference that happened is that earlier it was a single line JSON. Now it's split into multiple lines. Now we have multiple JSONs in different lines. Means the same file into different lines. Now, few important data types in JSON is that one of the common ones that you already be familiar with SQL is the string type. The other would be a integer type, it's not in here with integer values. Another would be a date time value and booleans also. But this is something different that whenever you see a square bracket, this type of data type is always a array type. And whenever you see this curly brackets, this type of data type is a struct type. So in total, array type, struct type, and the normal ones, integer, string, boolean, and date. So let's try to upload this file into our DBFS and try to read this file and see how this looks out living. I go to my data section, I go to DBFS, I click on upload, and I upload this version 1 of my file, v01. This is the same file that we are viewing in here. So I will just copy the path from DBFS. I will come here, copy path, copy the Spark path, and I will say something similar as we did in CSV. Spark.read.format. Within format, this is JSON type, and I will load my data from the mentioned path. Let's say I do a display. Now let's see if this works or not. See, we got an error saying that the records have been corrupted. Now it has been trying to read the data from a single line, but our data has been parsed into multiple lines. So I have to add an option called multi-line, true. So now let's see what happens. Now it read the data and put it into 3 columns. The first column is the foods. This one it took, and all the data within it put into a single column. They are nested. The second becomes the name column, and third becomes the species column. And how are they ordered? Is by the alphabetical order. So F, N, and S. So within foods, I see the nested data type. Later, I will upload another video where we can see how to flatten complex nested JSON and split it into different rows and columns using a simple function. So we will see in the upcoming videos. But for now, we'll focus on reading the data as a data. So this is how we got the data. Now let's say what I do is that I copy this file. I do a Control Z and copy and put a new file and read. Now I put everything in a single line. Let's say I save this file and I name this animals version 2. Now let's see if I upload this file around in the DBFS. Upload a file, the version 2. I say done. I come here. I run this with version 2. Sorry. So this works well and good with multi-line. But let's say what if I remove this? This works as well because the only reason is that now my complete data within the struct type falls under a single line. So JSON can understand that it has to parse this data in a single line into a single row that you are seeing in here. Now let's say I copy this. I have some more records in this. So let's say I copy another value from here. So that would start from this one. Yeah. So let's say I copy this record and without any comma or anything, after that I hit an enter, I say I added another value. So that was the first value, this one, and this is the second value. And I'm saving this. Just to view this one with JSON viewer, how it looks like, I will say format JSON. It won't work this time because our data has not been formatted properly. What I have to do is that either I put a comma after the first record and enclose everything with a square bracket. So it would mean that, let's first I will view it, format JSON. Yeah. So what it means now is that, let's say I will enlarge this. If I did not give this bracket and comma, let's say this was one record. So JSON formatter was not able to understand that it had to read the data into different array values. So this array, this is the 0th value and this is the first value. Now it is able to read it. Now let's say I upload this file with two data. What happens now? Now I will, what is the version I kept this? Version 02 itself. So I go to data. Now in order to, let's say, create a new version itself, and we, yes, rather than confusing ourselves, we'll create new versions. Let's say this time version 3. Now I have two records in it. This is saved. Now I will go to my data. I will go to dbfs. I will go to upload. I will drag and drop this file. I say done. Now I will copy this. I will copy it here and I say 3. Now again, this is a multi-line JSON. So I got the error again. So what I have to do, I just have to copy this part and add it in here. Yeah, so I got both the records now with two different names. So these were split into two different rows. So as we discussed in this part, so this is the array type. Within that, this is the first or the 0th value as you want to call it, and this is the next value. So similarly, the data has been divided. So this is a bar key, this is a meowsy, cat, and a dog. So accordingly, the data has been split. So let's say we have multiple any more data. So you can easily do it with comma, and you will come here, you will just specify the multi-line option equal to true, and you will read in the data from that file. Okay, so hope that is clear. If you have any questions, just let them keep them in the comment section. I will try to answer your questions. And once this, I'm getting this nested files, we'll see how to flatten them out in one of the upcoming videos. We'll define a function and see how this data can be split into different columns and rows and flattened out into a single table, not this nested events. Okay, thanks for now. Have a good day.